That's correct. Didn't fool him on that one. 5 points for Clearbrook. I have a 10-point question. The Stanislavski method is a procedure named after a famous Russian teacher of that name. What did he teach? Stanislavski.
Alvin, Peter.
Physics.
Not physics.
Clearbrook, Aren.
Russian language.
He taught acting. Now, for 5 points, what three-syllable noun refers to a local variation of a language that is different?
Clearbrook, AJ.
Dialect.
Yes, different from the standard form in either vocabulary or pronunciation. For 5 points, I have a music question. Identify this menacing theme.
Clearbrook, AJ.
The theme from Jaws.
He got it on the first try. Right. For 10 points, which German word has roughly the same meaning as coup d'etat? Would it be Mensch, Wissen, Putsch, or Stern?
Clearbrook, AJ.
Stern.
That's the German word for star. Alvin?
Kevin.
Putsch.
Putsch, right. For 5 points. Hey, another baseball question. What Yankee slugger's number 7 was retired when he retired?
Alvin, Colt.
Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle is right. For 5 points, define and spell lamentable.
Clearbrook, Celyne.
L-A-M-E-N-T-A-B-L-E, and something to be pitied.
Or distressing? Yes, that's the idea. Right. For 5 points, in 1992, scientists resurrected an old theory as to why Seventh-day Adventists who are vegetarians have so few heart attacks. What chemical element found in meat and hemoglobin is implicated in causing heart disease? Chemical element.
Clearbrook, Aren.
Iron.
Iron, you're right. A 10-point art question. Look at this elaborate painting of Christ healing the blind man.
Alvin, Peter.
No.
That's the Spanish painter who imagined it, right. For 5 points, fossils belonging to which large aquatic mammal show that its closest cousins are deer, cows, pigs, camels, and other hoofed animals, evidence that supports the theory that its ancestors, too, once walked on land.
Clearbrook, Jimmy.
The whale.
Whale. Right you are. 5-4. There's the tone. We're out of time in the warm-up round. We'll return to meet the contestants and continue with the bonus round momentarily. Welcome back to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Our score is 35 for Alvin, 45 for Clearbrook. We will now meet the contestants before continuing with the questions and answers. We'll start with Clearbrook High School. Again, our champions 3 years ago. The captain is Celyne Bueno, a senior. She's a member of the Latin Curtamen team and academic decathlon team as well. Next to her is Jimmy Zung, a senior, also on the Curtamen team and winner of the Greek History Nationals contest. Aren is next. Erin Cambre, a senior, plays the euphonium in the Clearbrook Band. He's an Eagle Scout and founder of the Teenage Republicans. Before or after the election?
After.
Okay. Next is A.J. Erickson, a senior, UIL Literary Criticism winner, band treasurer, Latin Curtamen team member, and almost an Eagle Scout. Their alternates Chris Bensch, Patricia Tsai, and T.J. Tran coach Karen Mayo-Albrecht. That's the team from Clearbrook High School. Now, a warm welcome for the folks from Alvin, Texas. The captain is Peter Shukas, a senior active in varsity choir and theater. He's received awards such as Region Choir and District All-Star Cast in UIL one-act play. Next is Kevin Holton, a senior. He's an arch conservative and Limbaugh groupie, we're told. He's a National Honor Society vice president and plays what in the band?
Clarinet.
Clarinet. Okay, next is Carol Gush, a senior, National Merit semifinalist, math club president, NHS secretary, and plays what in the band?
I play oboe and marimba.
Oboe and marimba. Colt is next. Colt Urban, a junior, varsity soccer player, Runner-up most valuable defensive player, all district. What position?
Sweeper.
Okay, and their alternates, Sebastian Cavallo, Ricky Cook, James Creel, and James Habestringer. Coaches Beverly Hicks and Sue Saunders. That's the team from Alvin. It's my pleasure to introduce the judges for the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. They are Dr. Tom Hudson of the Department of Physics, University of Houston, and Mr. Mike Mastandria, who is the Director of Marching Auxiliaries of America. Their decisions are final. Players, we're going right to the bonus round. Since you know the rules, the bonus round begins with this, a 10-pointer. On November 22nd, Galveston attorneys added 1,000 names to a class action suit which seeks damages for veterans of the Persian Gulf War who believe their illnesses are a result of chemical and biological weapons. This action is being compared to a suit by Vietnam veterans.
Clearbrook, AJ.
Agent Orange.
Who were exposed to what toxic substance? That is correct. So Celyne, Jimmy, Aren, and AJ, math is your bonus. Now, we traditionally give you 5 seconds to work out the 5-pointer, 10 seconds on the 10-pointer, and so forth. For 5 points, in 1985, the state of Utah experienced a high temperature of 117 degrees and a low of 69 below for a record-breaking range of what? You have 5 seconds starting now.
176.
No, 188.
188.
No, 186.
186.
186 is right. For 10 points, figure out the total surface area of a cube, which has a volume of 125 cubic inches. You have 10 seconds.
150.
150 square inches is right. Your 15-pointer? If x minus y equals 2 and 3x squared minus 3y squared equals 2, what is the value of x plus y? You have 15 seconds.
2.
Well, that's incorrect. Might have wanted to use more time. Alvin, this algebra question is referred to you. As Clearbrook leads it by 35. The second quarter?
Your answer?
4. The answer is 1/3. We can't go on in the math bonus. We have another toss-up. It's a 10-pointer. What was the name of the general program under which Project Head Start and the Job Corps were established, Medicare and Medicaid were begun, and the Civil Rights Bill and the Voting Rights Act passed?
Alvin, Kevin.
Great Society.
Great Society, Lyndon Baines Johnson. Kevin comes through. He'll be joined by Peter, Carol, and Colt. The Alvin Brain Trust on legendary figures. For 5 points, what strange thing did Faust do?
Sold his soul to the devil.
Is right. For 10 points. Who was abandoned on a mountainside as a baby because an oracle warned that he was fated to kill his father?
Oedipus.
Right. For 15 points. Who was the chief of the Onondaga Native Americans and founder of the Iroquois Confederacy in legend?
Your
Sitting
answer?
Bull.
It was not Sitting Bull. Clearbrook.
Hiawatha.
It was Hiawatha, right. 15 for each team on that legendary bonus. For 10 points, identify the type of moderately long poem, often written for ceremonial cases, exemplified by the works of the Greek Pindar.
Clearbrook, Jimmy.
The ode.
Ode is right for 10 points. And our usual disclaimer that these questions are prepared months in advance. We had no idea that the national Greek champion would be with us on the Clearbrook team. Franchises is your bonus. Name each of the following largest franchises in the United States. For 5 points, video cassette rental.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster Video. For 10 points, donut shops.
Shipley's.
Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
Dunkin' Donuts, yes. For 15 points, pizza delivery and takeout.
Domino's.
Dominoes.
Dominoes.
That's the one. And for 20 points, Cosmetics Studio. The largest such franchise in the U.S.
Your answer?
Avon.
Not that one. Alvin, can you take it?
Clinique.
What? Norman or Clinique?
Clinique.
No, anybody in the audience know? It's Merle Norman. Okay, so you learned something today on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. I have now a music question worth 10. Last May, which singer's biography sold 600,000 copies in its first week? A bigger start than either Jerry Seinfeld or Norman Schwarzkopf. Listen.
Alvin Colt.
Rubin McIntyre.
Good job.
Right for 10 points. Okay, Alvin, U.S. Constitution bonus for 5 points. According to the U.S. Constitution, how often is the cabinet required to meet? Is it weekly, monthly, whenever the president orders a meeting, or not at all?
It's not required.
That is correct. For 10 points. To which amendment was Justice Holmes referring when he wrote, "The question in every case is whether the words used are of such a nature as to create a clear and present danger"?
First Amendment.
That is correct. Here's a 15-pointer. Identify the name given to the plan proposed by William Patterson at the Constitutional Convention.
The New Jersey plan.
Very good. For 20 points and a total of 50, which article of the U.S. Constitution defines relationships between the federal government and the states and between the states themselves?
9.
No? Clearbrook.
Why is amending? 4? 4? 4?
Your answer?
4?
Fourth.
That is correct for 20 points. Very good. Bonus round today has come to an end. We'll be back in play 60 seconds in a moment. When we do so, Tchaikovsky, Moses, Elizabeth I, and the mystery category will be the subjects. Another exciting game today on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. At halftime, it's 100 for Alvin, 145 for Clearbrook. Questions used on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge are provided by Questions Unlimited of Columbus, Ohio. Now we have the 60 seconds round for you players. If you select a subject, you will then get 60 seconds to answer as many 10-pointers as you can. When time has expired, that's it. The second team may take a shot at any questions the first team misses. If you run the category, we'll give you a 20-point bonus. That happened last week. You're up to bat first, Alvin. Peter and company, what'll it be?
They want the mystery category.
They're eschewing the biographies and going for the mystery. The mystery category is general knowledge. Start the clock. Here we go. The New York Stock Exchange is the largest stock exchange in the U.S. What's the second largest?
L.A.
What's the official currency of Puerto Rico?
U.S. dollar.
The snow leopard is native to which continent?
Asia.
The pluperfect tense of English grammar is a synonym for what most grammarians now call what?
Present perfect.
What term refers to private schools owned and administered by a religious group?
Parochial.
Its mouth is the largest of any land mammals. Can you name it?
Hippopotamus.
This word for a woman's handbag comes from the Greek word for leather, of which they are often made.
Purse.
In Act 2 of this Gilbert and Sullivan operetta, the title Criminals yield in...
HMS Pinafore.
What word can mean a mechanism for time runs out? And Mike Mastandrea?
50 points.
50 points for Alvin on general knowledge. We've got 3.5 to refer to Clearbrook. The New York Stock Exchange is the largest in the U.S. What's the second largest?
Chicago.
No, it's the American Stock Exchange. The pluperfect tense of English grammar is a synonym for what most grammarians now call what?
Past perfect.
Yes. In Act 2 of this Gilbert and Sullivan operetta, the title Criminals yield in Queen Victoria's name?
Porgy and Bess. Porgy and Bess.
Porgy and Bess.
No, the title criminals would be the Pirates of Penzance.
Oh.
And what word can mean a mechanism for? Well, that's not much information, but that's where we have to stop.
Copulation. Your answer?
Copulation.
For the stopping the vibrations of a piano string or something to regulate a fire. And the answer would be damper. So that's it for the general knowledge category. Clearbrook, make a selection.
What else is there?
Moses.
Tchaikovsky.
What was the other one?
Elizabeth Tchaikovsky.
Moses.
5, 4, 3.
We'll take Moses, Chip.
Ooh, they almost lost their chance. Moses it is. Start the clock. Here we go. Moses fled from Egypt because he had done what?
Oppose the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Oppose the Pharaoh.
Moses was looking at what when a voice told him to take off his shoes?
A burning bush.
A burning bush.
How many plagues fell on Egypt?
7.
God used what by day and what by night to escort his people out of Egypt?
Fire by night, the fire. Moon and the sun.
God fed the Israelites with what food in the wilderness?
Manna.
On Mount Sinai, Moses received 2 stone tablets containing what?
10 Commandments.
God told Moses to do what to get water?
To
Cut the rock. Smite the rock.
smite the rock.
Name Moses' brother.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Name Moses' sister.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Name Moses' successor. Here's your last question.
No, Joshua.
Joshua.
How many points, Judge?
50.
50 points for Clearbrook. A possible 50 for you, Alvin. Moses fled from Egypt because he had done what?
What's that?
Your answer?
He killed a slave? Killed an Egyptian.
That is correct. He killed an Egyptian. How many plagues fell on Egypt?
10.
God used what by day and what by night to escort his people out of Egypt?
Pillar of cloud and pillar of fire.
Is right. And name Moses' sister.
Miriam.
Name Moses' successor.
Joshua.
Is right. And as Alvin wonders why they didn't pick Moses to start with, we've come to the end of the 60 seconds round. We'll be back to play Stump the Experts in just a moment. With our score, 200 for Alvin, 205 for Clearbrook. We'll have a series of rapid-fire, Stump the Expert style questions until we're out of time. We begin contestants with a 20-point visual. 2 exhibitions and a book mark the centennial of this historic 255-room mansion located in
Alvin, Peter.
The Biltmore Estate.
the Biltmore Estate in North Carolina. Alvin has taken the lead. I have a 20-pointer. This necklace that fits snugly around the neck is often made of velvet.
Alvin Carroll.
Choker.
It's called a choker, right. I have a 20-pointer. What 2 words describe the 3 months in 1964 when 1,000 students came to Mississippi to help civil rights workers register?
Clearbrook, AJ.
Summer of Freedom.
Question goes to Alvin.
Alvin, Peter.
Freedom Summer.
Freedom Summer is right for 20 points. Those are the 2 words. I have a music question now worth 20. Identify the composer of this operatic favorite.
Alvin, Peter.
Puccini.
Giacomo Puccini is right. Here's another 20-pointer. According to the lyrics of Pomp and Circumstance, the land of hope and glory is the mother of what? Mother of the free. For 20 points, Cass Gilbert, the architect of the U.S. Supreme Court building, needed a short phrase to just fit over the main entrance. He came up with what famous 4-word phrase in...
Alvin Peter.
In God we trust.
Entirely of his own creation, what other famous four-word phrase? Clearbrook, do you know? Supreme Court building.
Clearbrook AJ.
Justice is...
Equal justice under law. A visual question worth 15. It has the largest brain of any creature that has ever lived and is the...
Clearbrook Jimmy.
The sperm whale.
That's the species, yes. A 20-pointer. Jerry Rubin, a prominent activist of the 1960s, died from injuries sustained after he was hit by a car while jaywalking. Rubin, who was 56, was best known for which 60s motto?
2 minutes left. Clearbrook AJ.
Trust no one over 30.
Is right for 20 points. I have a 15-pointer. In Richard Wright's Native Son, what is the fate of the main character, Bigger Thomas? Be specific.
Alvin Peter.
He's put on trial for murder. He's convicted of murder. He's convicted of murder and sentenced to hanging.
Clearbrook? We would have accepted he is executed for murder, but it was by the electric chair. For 20 points, a computer's clock speed is measured in which units?
Clearbrook Aren.
Megahertz.
Megahertz is right. I have a 15-pointer. With what European nation did England sign a mutual defense treaty in March of 1939?
Clearbrook AJ.
France.
Promising to come to her aid if she was attacked. Alvin, you lead by 20 points.
Peter.
Yugoslavia.
Poland, for 20 points, listen to this excerpt from a Mozart composition. Identify the featured instrument, an invention of Mozart's contemporary, Benjamin Franklin.
Alvin Peter.
Celeste.
Good try, not the Celeste. Clearbrook.
Clearbrook AJ.
Vibraphone.
Well, that's the glass harmonica. For 20 points, what animal is featured in 2 Henri Rousseau paintings? The Gypsy and the Dream.
Alvin Peter.
A lion.
Lion is right. Here's a 20-point question. You are given 4 events and asked to list them in chronological order. How many different incorrect answers could you give? 4 events. List them in chronological order.
Clearbrook Jimmy.
23.
23 is right. I have a 15-pointer. Discovered in 19... There's the time. The score is correct. The game is official. Our final end. Clearbrook 280, Alvin 300. The winner's Alvin High School. Congratulations to Clearbrook on a game extremely well played. I'm Chip Beal, your host. So long for now. We hope you'll be with us next week at this same time as Bel Air takes on Katie Taylor.
Up next, celebrate the joys of the home with Martha Stewart's Living. Learn creative and useful tips for gardening, cooking, decorating, entertaining, and restoring from the one and only Martha Stewart. Next on KPRC Channel 2. Join us again next Saturday when 2 more Houston area teams compete on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge.